musician come and perform live for us so early on a Sunday morning. Adam Weiner, Low Cut Connie, first off, thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Tom. And everybody looks very good. This is what we're going to do. We're going to try and make Sunday morning feel like Saturday night. Are you ready for that?
RV park. Okay.
I think that's an affirmative.
Yeah.
So, you're currently living in Philadelphia, and you had Jersey roots, though, as a kid.
I grew up in South Jersey.
Whoa.
I love New Jersey.
Yeah.
New Jersey people are the best people in the world, let me tell you. Let me tell you why, for the people at home. You got a bad attitude, but a big heart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tough, but sweet.
There you go. And Low Cut Connie's been together for 8-ish years or so?
Ish.
Ish.
A lot of ish, though.
Where did you come up with the name Low Cut Connie?
Well, you know, in New Jersey, we got a lot of diners, like 24-hour diners.
Yes.
And near where I grew up, we had one, and the waitress there, her name was Connie. And Connie, she had a rough life, you know. She had a lot of stress in her life. Things kind of didn't go her way. But no matter what, she always had a smile for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Always a kind word and a smile. How you doing, huh? And no matter what, on the weekends, no matter what was going on in her life, she would wear a sexy outfit and she would get her groove on. And it's a good metaphor for our band because we're not the best looking and we never kind of really got a break, but we keep trucking and we find the joy in every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've gotten a couple really cool breaks, so to speak, one of which, 2015, the President of the United States, Barack Obama, put Boozophilia on his Spotify summer playlist.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? It was 20 songs. It was the Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, Aretha Franklin, Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
Sly and the Family Stone, and then Low Cut Connie. Shocking.
So, how did you react to that? I mean, personally and professionally.
Confusion.
Why?
Because, we didn't have a team, we didn't have a label, we didn't have two nickels to rub together, so how we could just put a song out in the world with no promotion and it just finds its way, like a little stream. It just found its way and it had a life of its own. And I wrote him a letter and I said, thank you, it means a lot to me, and why don't we get a beer sometime? And the next thing you know, I was at the White House and we got to hang out, and it was pretty amazing.
Wow.
And not bad. So, and another good break is been the connection with Elton John. Sir Elton John.
Yeah.
You're really
he's got good taste.
Well, there's that. That goes without saying. You're a dynamo on the piano, and obviously that is his forte.
I couldn't bring the piano today, so I only do 2 gigs a year on a guitar, and I said, for you, Tom, I'll do it.
Wow.
Only for the Bruce Brunch.
Yeah.
How did the Elton thing come together?
I don't have a clue. All I know is, just before I went to sleep, I got a text message that said, Elton John just said a bunch of nice things about you on the radio in England. And I listened to it, and he said, Low Cut Connie, it's piano rock and roll. I love it, baby. And he played the song, and yet again I wrote a letter. I said, Dear Elton, I grew up with your music. You're the reason that I don't have a real job. And I said, call me, we got a lot to talk about. And guess what? 3 days later, we got an email that said, give us Adam's cell phone. Elton's going to call him on Sunday. And 5 o'clock in the morning,
Wow.
he called me from France. Is that Adam? Yo, Elton. What's up with you? And he recorded it and they put it on his show. You can listen to it. But he's been very supportive. He's played us many times on his show. And the last time he said on the air, you can hear it, he said, I know you're fantastic live and I'd like to come on stage with you if you can work it out. But we haven't worked it out yet.
Wow.
Should we look for him today? Is he lurking around?
Get on stage with him in Philly. Get on stage in Philly.
Yeah, we're working on it, my pal.
All right.
You've really played some dynamic shows here at the Jersey Shore. Last Thanksgiving weekend, you opened for Nicole Atkins at the Wonder Bar, which was very generous.
I love
of us.
Nicole.
Yeah. And we're in Neptune City.
Yeah.
It was her first album, and you guys really tore it up that night. And then
We put a little bit of effort. That was like 75% effort. But then when we came back in the spring,
April, yeah.
and we did that Asbury Music and Film Festival, were you there?
Yes. At the Wonder Bar, sold out Wonder Bar.
That was a very sensual evening for all.
Well, you were communicating with Tilly, as I recall, in a very untoward fashion.
Well, she was staring at me the whole night. Something had to happen.
What's it like for you to come play in Asbury at the Shore?
Well, the Shore, the Jersey Shore is like, it's the greatest place for live music, I think, in the country or maybe the world.
Yeah.
Asbury Park is like open city. Anything goes. People have an open heart. They like all kinds of music, all kinds of people, and you can do anything, and people just aren't afraid to get their hair messed up. You know what I'm saying? So it's been very special, and we're going to keep building our thing at the Shore for sure.
Excellent. Adam Weiner from Low Cut Connie here this morning on the Bruce Brunch at 105.7 The Hawk. Recently, you were at the Newport Folk Festival.
Yeah.
Much like Bob Dylan, you plugged in and gave it to him big time.
They weren't expecting it, but they got it. They sure did.
And Rolling Stone did this summation of like the 12 greatest things that happened at the
10 greatest things.
10, pardon me. I'm a bad counter. The 9 greatest things that happened at the Newport Folk Festival, and Low Cut Connie was part of that recap. Very cool. What was that experience?
It was explosive. They said, look, we're going to book you, but you're going to be first. So we kind of like slid in at the finish line. They kind of got into us after they announced the lineup. And so they said, we're just going to add you on the front. And I said, all right, well, look out. And they said, if you could just try and wake the people up a little bit. So we went into that tent and everybody's seated. It's kind of like a church thing. It's like rows and there's an aisle and there's sort of like a code of conduct. And somebody wrote online, they broke every single rule of Newport Folk Festival. We had the people standing up. We had these 80-year-old ladies in the front that were taking off their jackets and they were moving their bodies in a way they hadn't in a long time. But I want to tell you, we did a tribute to Tom Petty that was very special, and there was a lot of amazing feeling in the place, and I can't wait to go back there.
Awesome. Now, Adam Weiner from Low Cut Connie with us this morning. Tomorrow night, you make your television debut with Seth Meyers. Yeah, I mean, come on. Glenn Close on the show, and Topher Grace, and you guys.
Yeah, sure. Glenn Close. 101 Dalmatians.
Well,
That's big.
and I was reading my Parade magazine this morning with breakfast, and there she was, talking about her new movie, which, of course, I'm sure she'll be talking about tomorrow night.
I better figure out what that is before I meet her and tell her I saw it.
Yes, yeah, it's coming out on August 14th, if I recall correctly. So that's a little heads up for you. What do you guys got cooked up tomorrow night? Are you going to keep it on the DL?
Well, we're going to do a song. No, I'll tell the Bruce Brunch. I'll tell them my whole life story. No, we're going to do a song off our new record. Our new record is called Dirty Pictures Part 2. And the first song on it is called All These Kids Are Way Too High.
Now, what's that song about?
Well, for many years, Low Cut Connie was stuck on like the college circuit. We used to do a lot of colleges and fraternities. And then I decided I don't want to do fraternities because I really didn't like the vibe in the places. I didn't feel like what we were doing was for any higher value. And I wasn't impressed with the way the people were behaving, and I got hit in the face with a full can of beer, and I got knocked out in the middle of the show, and then I recovered and I finished the show. But then I wrote that song. You know, it's like a lot of these kids, they weren't listening to the music, they weren't having any kind of love for each other or for rock and roll. They were just really hired us to kind of be like a clown. And I wrote that song. I got a good song out of it though.
Good.
But you know what? Not to sell young people short, because we have a lot of young people at our shows, and I'm very hopeful for the future because these young people, they're curious, they want rock and roll, and they, you know, they're soulful, you know. So I've got a lot of hope for the future.
Excellent. You bring up Dirty Pictures Part 2. Dirty Pictures Part 1 came out last year, this one out this year.
Yeah.
And I would say now would be a good time to
Play a song?
play a song or two.
Okay.
Adam Weiner.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something called Oh Suzanne. Can you hear that? All right, Jersey. You never let me off the phone. Girl, you never let me be alone. You don't like the things I do, kitty. Somebody else should marry you, Suzanne. You're not for me. Oh, Suzanne, you're not the one for me. You don't respect my privacy. Never see my ugly face no more. Coming through that cabin door. The crazy times, baby, in that bed. Now I just need to clear my head. Suzanne, you're not for me. Oh, Suzanne, you're not the one for me. You don't respect my privacy. Oh! This is the piano solo part. You can imagine in your head how good the piano solo is in this song. I see no reason to see it through. I'm calling off a vacation too. There's too much talking in this house today. Nothing left for us to say. Suzanne, you're not for me. Oh, Suzanne, you're not the one for me. You don't respect my privacy. Oh, Suzanne, I said you're not for me. Yo, Suzanne, you're not the one for me. You don't respect my privacy.
Adam Weiner from Connie this morning here on the Bruce Brunch at 105.7 The Hawk. Classic rock for the Jersey Shore. An appearance back at the shore in the cards?
Well, yeah, we're working on it. I can't say it yet.
Cool. Cool.
When you need to know, you'll know.
We're on a need-to-know basis here on the Bruce Brunch at the Hawk this morning. You got another one worked up for us from...
Yeah, I thought I'd do a song that we put out earlier this year called Beverly.
Yeah.
And this is a song that was sort of a change of pace for us, you know. We travel all over the country, really all over the world, and we always stay in like a one-star Motel 6 kind of place. And you get to know a lot of interesting people at these places, and you meet people that live there. You know, all over the country there's people that live in these Motel 6s. A lot of women, a lot of single moms, and a lot of people just trying to get by every day and just trying to, you know, make it to the next day. And I've come to know a lot of these people, and I've been inspired by them, and this is one of them. It's called Beverly. on my knees. You read the paper and watch TV. Don't even say a single word to me. Talk to me. You're slipping away. Sit around a trailer and sleep all day. Something funny and you just won't say. It's not okay. Beverly, come on and talk to me. Let it be free to try. In the street, shaking my self-esteem. But let it dream all night. Beverly, yeah. I'm screaming your name.
True.
Bend over backwards while you watch the game. You'll make your faces just to feed the flame. Such a shame. Beverly, come on and talk to me. Let it be free to try. In the street, shaking my self-esteem. Let it dream all night. Beverly, yeah. Yo, kitty, I see you. Beverly, come on and talk to me. Let it be free to try for me, baby, in the street, shaking my self-esteem. Living a dream all night. Beverly, yeah. Beverly, Beverly, Beverly.
Nice.
Alan Weiner from the Low
Thank you so much.
Connie this morning with us here on the Bruce Brunch at 105.7 The Hot Town Cunningham. Am I allowed to say into this microphone that is my favorite Loca Connie song?
Yeah, you know what, Tom? You're loud, and let me tell you, not the only one, because a couple people said to me recently, you know, I really like that song, and I haven't liked any other song that you've put out before.
See, I don't have that second
I said
part
thank
to
you.
my sentence. That is, and to hear it done acoustically like that is just spectacular. You know, we live in a world now where technology is an unavoidable part of our lives. Hearing from folks listening this morning in China,
Yo, China.
Saudi Arabia,
Yo, Saudi Arabia.
Dublin,
Yo, Dublin.
and around the corner.
Yo, around the corner.
So it's all. It's all.
And also, we got my pals here from Canada here today. I love them.
Canada's in the house. Yeah. Oh.
And they just, what's your names?
Lucas.
Lucas and what? Lindsay and Lucas just got engaged. I wish you so much happiness.
We have.
And you chose New Jersey to celebrate, and I love you even more for it. I wish you many, many years of happiness.
I love it. Speaking of New Jersey, how did you get into the music of Bruce the Boss Springsteen?
Well, I grew up in New Jersey in the 80s, so you do the math. You know what I'm saying? Bruce was our Bible, you know what I mean? That was our rock, that was what was on the radio, that was It just sounded so good when I was about 4 years old, and I heard "Born in the USA" on the radio, and I fell deep when I saw him live when I was old enough that I was allowed to go into the show.
What was the first show?
90, like the reunion tour, 99.
99, yeah.
And I said, this is what I want to do with my life. Because I believe that you can lift people up with rock and roll. I do. I've seen it. We do it every night. And I don't care if there's 20 people or 20,000. It's something that we all need. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Not wrong. Not wrong. Yeah.
And I had, after many years of trying to make my music reach people and doing it in a kind of do-it-yourself, scrappy little Jersey way, I guess it's reached a few people. And a couple months ago, I got tickets to the Bruce on Broadway show.
Yeah.
Yes.
And somebody came over to my seat and said, "Are you Adam?" I said, "Yeah." They said, "We're going to bring you backstage after the show."
Whoa.
And I turned to my wife. I said, "I think I made it."
And how did that go?
Great
It
story.
was unbelievable. We got to go backstage and meet Bruce and Patty, and he had some very, very encouraging words to say about the band.
Wow.
And that meant the world to me.
Wow. Benediction. Yeah.
And I had some very encouraging words for him. I said, "You're going to make it. Don't give up."
It always fascinates me when it comes to having folks like yourself cover Bruce Springsteen for the show, to see the song that guys like you come up with.
Yeah.
You know, women like you come up with. What was the impetus for Darlington County this morning?
Well, I figured there'd be a bunch of Jersey people here that have been singing along with these sha-la-las for many years. Am I wrong about that?
No.
And I figured, you know what? I'm going to be outside. It's the summer. It's Jersey, right? At the shore. I want to see a bunch of people with sunburns singing sha-la-la at the same time. That's what I want. So I hope you give me that gift today.
Absolutely.
You got it.
On the Bruce Brunch here at 105.7 Hawk. Adam.
Driving into Darlington County, being waiting on the 4th of July. Driving into Darlington County.
Connie.
You're welcome there, movie lady.
Tomorrow night on television, it's Seth Meyers.
You
Yeah,
too,
is
Tom.
everybody gonna stay up till 1:30 in the morning and watch me on TV?
Maybe.
Yeah, right. DVR!
And folks who want to buy your music, it's easy to find online.
LowCutConnie.com or wherever fine records are sold.
And I love the fact that you do the vinyl, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So
Yeah.
it's all there. It's all happening. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sunset. Thank you, The Heart. I love you all. Thank you so much.
Adam Weiner. And of course, we talking about Adam and Low Cut Connie returns to the Jersey Shore. And that's going to put the wraps on the Bruce Brunch this morning. Big thanks to Sunset for having us 3 times out here this summer. Drew and the great crew here at Sunset who really put on a heck of a deal for us here. So thanks to Ken and Joe from the Hawk Flight Crew for taking care of business today. Our amazing engineer Tom Tremblay, Allie, the illustrious Ms. Allie, Pete Caruana back in the studio for making it all sound so good today. So, and thanks to all you fine folks who came out to hang with us today. So, thank you. Scott Stevens in here next with the double shots continuing as we rock you through the weekend. Scott's